Palma de Mallorca, one of the most popular tourist sites in the world, is undoubtedly a beautiful place. The breathtaking scenery, the stylish streets and the beckoning beach all attract many tourists. The powerful control of the church in the island, home to 4,000 inhabitants, has decreased in the past years, but it is still noticeably felt. It is hard to find the remains of the Jewish community, who were evicted 500 years ago during the Spanish Inquisition. But beneath the surface, it seems that thousands of Jews still live in Palma, descendants of the Anusim, who were persecuted in the 15th century. This was thanks to the church. Yes, you heard correctly. We'll come back to this later. In the meantime, let's meet some of the descendants of the Anusim who live today in Palma. In the parents' house of Mayela Madrigal, a couple of traditions still remain from previous generations.
At home we have never eaten pork, never, and well, we didn't know why, but it was a custom in family, and we don't mix food like milk and meat. We have never done that, and washing the meat before eating to put it on water, and those are the things we have done at home.
Do you want to be Jewish? Do you want to convert?
Yes, well, I have been since 10 years ago. I have been researching, but now I know I want to convert.
Why is it so important to you?
Because I feel I need to be part. Only if I convert, I will feel really what my background is.
I want to know about my family, about years ago, how they lived here, and I want to know it.
Joseph Aguilo sketched a family tree of the different generations who kept Judaism in the hostile Christian environment. The family tree shows exactly how they kept their Judaism. Shavei Yisrael organization, which is headed by Michael Freund, operates all over the world for the return of the lost tribes of Israel back to the Jewish people, and to continue to accompany them throughout the entire conversion process.
The Bnei Anusim are our brothers and our sisters. They were taken from us. They were kidnapped from the Jewish people centuries ago. It's our responsibility to reach out to them. It's our responsibility to embrace them and to welcome them back home to the Jewish people. I feel very strongly about that. And by doing so, not only are we helping them, but we're helping ourselves as well. Because the Bnei Anusim strengthen the Jewish people. They strengthen us numerically, but they also strengthen us spiritually.
Also in Palma, Shavei Yisrael established a spiritual center for the Anusim descendants. Rabbi Shaul Friedberg accompanies them in their conversion process.
I don't think it is specifically a Jewish phenomenon. I think it is in our day, with all the changes taking place, I think our roots are becoming more and more important. But here in Palma de Mallorca, you see it very clearly with the descendants of Jews who have been living here for centuries, how they want to come back, how they are looking for the roots, and they're seeking information, and they're coming to me.
During the Spanish Inquisition, the church had very strong control over the island, and even in 1691 burnt to death 3 Anusim who were suspected of secretly keeping the mitzvot, or Jewish law.
Then, not only did they burn people to the stake, the Inquisition also made a list of names of families that they didn't know for certain how good Christians are they really, or are they still practicing some kind of secret Judaism. This list of 15 names, these 15 families, nobody wanted to marry them. They married only within their own group. And this has kept on until this very day. So today you have here in Palma de Mallorca at about, we are not certain, but we are talking about between 15 and 20,000 persons, the descendants from these 15 families. And since the documentation of the church are so good, they can actually prove with documents that they are halachic Jews still today after 300 years.
מה ההיקף של התופעה הזאת? האם מדובר באמת בהמונים?
התופעה הזאת היא קודם כל תופעה קיימת. נדמה לי שיותר מאשר המספרים הדמוגרפיים, חשוב לציין את התופעה הזאת כתופעה רוחנית. עד ששבי ישראל התחילה לפעול במסגרת, גם במדינת ישראל וגם במקומות שונים בעולם, נדמה לי שהתופעה של בני הנוסעים הייתה מעין תופעה נסתרת, כדרכם של הנוסעים, תופעה שאם היינו שואלים אנשים במדינת ישראל, היו ללא ספק אומרים שזו תופעה שקיימת רק מעל דפי ההיסטוריה. והנה עכשיו אנחנו עדים לכך שהנוסעים זה לא רק תופעה היסטורית, לא רק בספרי היסטוריה, לא רק בספרי שאלות ותשובות, אלא זו תופעה סוציולוגית, זו תופעה רוחנית, שאנשים היום נושמים, חיים וקיימים, ועדיין מגדירים את עצמם כאנוסים או כבני אנוסים.
How does your family, your friends, how do they respond to this step you decided to do?
Some of them, they accept because they know how I am and they know that I have this feeling since a long time ago. So that's why they agree in this point. So I have not been having any problem about. But I know that many other people could not accept. But what I mean, the people surrounding me, close to me, they agree with me.
Shweta, that is the negative nickname given to the Anusim descendants in Parma throughout the years. The church not only cast the Shwetas aside, but also tried to delete any evidence of Jewish life. But during a short tour in the capital city of the Spanish island, we did manage to find that some evidence of Jewish life has remained, even after the last 500 years. Here in this building, the main synagogue was situated. The entrance signs are still visible. The Anusim descendants throughout the years used to walk along the wall and rub their hands smoothly and lovingly, despite the fact that the building was converted to a church. Other evidence we found was a small workshop of ceramic jugs. In the basement workshop, there is an entrance to a tunnel which has been sealed. According to tradition in the city, this tunnel which reaches the sea was an escape route for the Anusim who lived there. In the workshop we found jugs with patterns shaped as the Star of David and ornaments with the word Chai on them. Whoever wants additional evidence, here we go. The main decorative pattern on the central church is based on the Star of David. The Anusim who took part in constructing the building did not forget their origins and stamped it in the most noticeable position.
Shalom. Nice to meet you. Shalom.
The leaders of the church warmly hosted the chief rabbi and the members of Shavei Yisrael. So did the president of Mallorca. It's not easy to be a Jew. It's even harder to expose your Jewish identity after living for hundreds of years in a hostile Christian environment with a bad reputation of persecuting Jews who lived there. So what caused the Anusim descendants to suddenly wake up after more than 500 years and search for their Jewish roots?
Why now? Why now? Why not 20 years ago?
I don't know. Because now we can open this place without fear.
There are a number of factors behind this phenomenon. One is the fact that Spain and Portugal, just 3 decades ago, became democracies. And as their societies have opened up more, people feel freer to explore their heritage and to explore their roots. A second factor here, which is a very interesting one, has been the role of the Internet. Up until recently, if a person in Spain or Portugal wanted to find out more about their Jewish ancestry or about Judaism, it required, in a sense, a very public act. It required going to a library, to a bookstore, seeking out the information, and that carried with it certain risks. The Internet, however, allows people from the privacy of their own homes to have access to a much wider array of information. And it allows them, without revealing themselves, as it were, to their neighbors or their friends, to look into their past in a way that previously they weren't able to do so.
I know this is like a trip I am doing, and it won't finish just one day until my life ends.